By the end of this video, you'll understand how important it is to become self-aware. And by watching this video, you've taken the first right step towards understanding what it is you need to become self-aware. And I guarantee you this, by understanding this, you'll achieve anything you want in your life. And one of the most important things you'll understand is why a lack of self-awareness is probably one of the worst things you could ever have in life. Imagine your mind being chained up. That's the type of freedom that you're giving away by not understanding what being self-aware even really means. It's basically mental torture. You become this robot that makes bad or good decisions but can't understand which one is the bad or good decision. When you basically go eat junk food, you're either saying it's good or bad for you, but you're allowing your lizard brain, what some people might like to call it, is this thing inside of us that makes impulsive decisions. And the more you compound these bad decisions, you're just making more unconscious decisions that is leaving your mind chained up and not giving any sense of freedom. Do you really want to live like this? And to me, that sounds like you're being a bit of a robot and you're being a victim to your own patterns. These patterns will often lead to addictive behaviors or negative behaviors, such as eating junk food more and more, and even just procrastinating, being lazy in your life, being stuck in a hamster wheel, doing the same shit over and over again. And this is the part where you start blaming everyone else. You start victimizing yourself and blame everyone else for the decisions you make. I'll tell you a story. When I was a young kid, I used to hang out with a group of friends. They all did drugs and illegal substances, and I always blamed my environment and my friends for getting into doing those kind of things at a young age that were detrimental to me when I started going into my 20s and understanding how bad that shit was to my life and my health. But the fact that I blamed everyone else around me was the reason that I couldn't get out of that pattern for such a long time. But imagine this, you're stuck in a pattern, a life cycle of negative behavior, and you're just blaming everyone around yourself, and you're not looking for a resolution to improve yourself. Then are you not just a robot? But that makes you never take responsibility for your own actions. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could take control of your life and make conscious decisions that compound into better decisions, and then go on and have a successful and healthy life? And that you wake up every single day taking actionable steps to get out of this mental torture that's chained up in your head. You truly question your thoughts. You're chasing this endless trail of cheap dopamine for the rest of your life. And if you don't know what dopamine is this chemical inside your brain that gives you these pleasure hormones when you're consuming something that you find pleasurable. And often when you consume a lot of cheap dopamine, as like being overstimulated with using your phone all day, becoming addicted to social media, those things have no benefit, but they're giving you so much dopamine that it's just cheap and really deteriorating your brain. So what you need to do is get away from this world of cheap dopamine on unconscious decisions and make better decisions that create purpose in the long run. And you find this fulfilling purpose and drive to focus on things that are really important in life. And if you get away from making unconscious decisions, you are going to move towards a path of being that guy that can take action. Instead, imagine sitting on your computer and watching a 1-hour tutorial of a video, and you watch it, but you don't even go and do the thing afterwards because you're lazy, you're unmotivated. But imagine making the conscious decision to sit through a 1-hour tutorial of something that you're learning, and then next thing you know, right after that 1 hour, you go straight to that task and you do it and you complete it. That feeling of getting something done and completed is more fulfilling to your life and gives you more purpose in your life to move closer to leveling up a skill or leveling up your life and moving in a positive direction, rather than you being stuck watching mindless videos that are giving you no benefit at all. You don't question your thoughts. Even when they come into your thoughts, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go have a donut now. But then you don't question, why do you want to have that donut? And when you don't question the fact that you don't want to, why you want to have that donut, you're making an unconscious decision just like a robot. You're going through life and being an NPC. But let me tell you something, my friends. This is not life. I'm making this video because people need to wake the fuck up. Realizing that staying in this lifestyle of being an NPC is leading you into an endless dark pit of unhappiness. Thoughts and feelings have different motives in your life. When you're not self-aware, they'll usually be negative. Allowing yourself to halt those thoughts of negative thoughts in your head creates you into a conscious observer. You become more conscious of unconscious decisions. Your lizard brain will always try to keep you trapped and try to pursue cheap dopamine in the long run, and then keep you happy, and then mess up your life and keep you unhappy in the long run. Do you really want that? It's when you learn to fight that mindset, you shift into this new paradigm of thinking. Conscious decision maker is someone that filters their thoughts and feelings and decides whether that is a good action to take, allowing them to, for example, then go ahead and compound good habits that they've taken a conscious decision to try to perform and keep up with, that allows them to compound them over time, creating them into a more optimized person. This creates more clarity in someone's life, leading to a life of more happiness. Someone who is self-aware will get negative thoughts and tell themselves they're not good enough or low self-esteem, but that self-awareness, the fact that you know that you're getting these negative thoughts and they're only negative thoughts and not actually the reality what represents you, you learn to control it and you learn to not let it affect your life. For example, I'm only early in this whole world of YouTube content creating, trying to bring value to people by creating meaningful videos, but sometimes I step back and I'm like, oh, I'm shit, I'm not good on camera, I'm not great at this, and there's people out there that give me a bit more encouragement and it keeps me not having these bad thoughts in my head. But over time I've become more self-aware that I do get these bad thoughts, and what I do is I flush them out by going and recording the video and showing myself I can do it. There's literally nothing in this world that you can't do, but your mind is the only thing keeping you trapped. Take action on things you know that you should be doing, rather than what your thoughts and feelings are trying to tell you. When you want to grow as an individual, you have to act consciously. Because without consciousness, you don't truly grow. You stay stuck in this pattern of life that's a never-ending cycle, just as we discussed earlier. It's a hamster wheel. And there is no secret sauce or a magic drug that will cure your life. Let me tell you that. The only person that could do any difference to your life is you. Truly are a reflection of the chain of choices you make. And that is called the paradox of choice. Self-awareness is like a missing jigsaw puzzle, and the only person that can put it together is you. Sometimes taking a step back and you viewing yourself in third person and looking at your life in a perspective of someone else looking into your life, you could observe all these negative things that you're doing and find them out and iron them out if you truly want a desire to become self-aware more. This allows you to realize who you are going to become and not who you're stuck in, and the potential you have to give to the world. And of course, these are easier said than done, but I want to ask you a couple of questions that you got to ask yourself. And if these questions help you in any way, please comment down below, because I'd love to understand if you take the time to evaluate yourself. Questions such as, why do you really do the things you do? What made you do that? You need to dig deep and find the answers within these questions, because your life can be evaluated by certain questions. And the more you measure and evaluate your life, the more you're keeping track of everything you're being consciously aware of. If you don't like certain parts about yourself, set out to change them. Make a list of actionable steps you can take. Say, for example, you're not even comfortable with your shirt off and you feel really bad about how your body looks or something like that. Make a list of a workout plan and go to the gym and digest thousands of hours of content regarding health and nutrition and fix yourself, because we have unlimited resources in this world. We really do. And if you're not using them and then taking action upon them, then you're not making conscious decisions, even like an NPC. There's a solution to every problem, and you can only define them when you put yourself under the spotlight. You are not stuck or limited by your old pattern. Everyone has the ability to change. Question. Question everything. I can't say that enough. Questioning everything, every action you do, allows you to evaluate everything that you're doing, allowing you to find deeper answers within everything you do. And that lets you get to the bottom of how you truly feel about the decisions you make. If you don't take anything from this video, please take this one philosophy I live by. If you're thinking of a negative moment or stressful situation, imagine you're just feeling a lot of anxiety. Think about that at one moment and tell yourself this one thing. Is this thought, moment, experience going to affect me in 5 years And if not, then I should spend 5 minutes thinking about it. This allows me to assess the moment and realize how important is it really to be stressed and have anxiety over a moment that's not going to affect me in the long run. This philosophy has helped me get away from a lot of negative thoughts and stressful situations in my life, because I've just been trying to be more calmer about life in general, because we take this whole thing of life for granted sometimes. We unconsciously decide that we are stressed when half the time there isn't even anything going on. I want to show you these factors that assesses how self-aware you are. Look at this diagram right now. Assessing yourself as how self-aware you are. Do you have a good understanding of yourself? A retrospect and self-accepting of yourself. Do you know your strengths and weaknesses? Are you open to feedback? I would highly suggest go get a paper and pen, write these things down, and really evaluate your situation in life right now. Because if you're not writing these things down and understanding yourself, I'm not missing out. The other people that are watching this video aren't missing out, or no one else around you is missing out. The only person that is missing out from the evaluating yourself is you. And that is a greater loss in your life than anything else. We need to assess ourselves, and we need to hold ourselves accountable for everything we do. Because if we don't, then we're just headless chickens running around thinking that life is okay and everything's perfect and happy-dappy. No, life is not okay. We all have shit in our life. The thing is, if you're trying to change in life, trying to change the outcome and the trajectory of where you're headed in life, without being self-aware, that is truly impossible. You need to create yourself into a person that can change. Just remind yourself, you're no longer in your lizard brain, living on autopilot. As we come to the end of this video, thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me that people are looking towards bettering themselves, understanding the importance of becoming self-aware. And thank you for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as I aim to try to make you not live on autopilot, because I truly believe that being self-aware is one of the greatest things you can ever do to enhance your life to the best quality. As I aim to bring you weekly videos that are impactful and packed full of value, just remember this one thing: don't quit your daydream.